Hello, dear friends. We are Mikael and we are Alexis. And we come to you today in this way to play with you in this grand adventure called life that we happen to enjoy a lot. We are walking as a human, through a human, this beautiful earth, and we love to touch the earth, the trees with our own hands. We love how that feels, those simple pleasures. We love to breathe in this crisp, clean air. We love to feel the sun on our face, on our skin. Love to hear the beautiful sounds of birds, of rustling leaves, and all sorts of noises, the children playing and laughing. And also the noises of cars and all the technology that we have on Earth today. And we are starting the new series in this space of membership called Gateway, the new series, the episode 1 of Life Designers. For you have come a long way and you have not gone anywhere. That funny way of looking at things, isn't it? When you realize you've never had to move, but it all comes to you. And yet at the same time, we experience this great movement, the centuries of movement, of deep experiences, of being lost, of being separated, of being loveless. But now here we are in this incredible space where we've integrated, where we've allowed, where we've realized. So we can now experience the focus of coding our life, our energy, the focus, and the experience of being a life designer. For that was a great dream, was it not? Of the humanness. But it was a different kind of dream because in the separation, it included so much control. For the mind thought that it's with control that it can achieve anything. And yes, in the old days, if you're still playing in those spaces, control does work to a certain extent, and yet it is no longer pleasurable, is it? Not for us, not for you. And so every basis of this life designing, well, it is simplicity, is it not? For we have everything we need just in our space, in our body, in the space around us, in our life. And after we've cleared and integrated, we now feel comfortable to be. Our humanness feels comfortable to reside in this space of the now, in this space of now moment. But when we come here, when we be here, there are no longer hungry cries for love. There is no longer incredible anger, incredible animosity, incredible depression, and all sorts of screams from unintegrated parts. They can sometimes still be, but we're now comfortable in this space. It is incredible, this space of self, to be so comfortable with you that you don't have to look away, that there's nothing in your reality, there's nothing in your experience that you have to run away from, that you can sit here and be here in this space of the now moment, which then expands and then extends this awareness into all that is around you, your energy. You can feel, we can feel this table, this desk, we can feel the computer, we can feel its joy in its electronic parts, for it loves to serve. We can feel the light. We can feel the air conditioning going, for it is summer where we are, December 2021, and we can enjoy interacting and feeling all of you who are in a different conditions, in snow, in cold, for we do like that. We like variety. We like all that this life has to offer, and we have experienced all. And we have gleaned wisdom that drips like honey, like nectar, and we drink it and we distill it. We're like bees that keep flying around, drinking the nectar of wisdom and bringing it home to ourselves. Being that we are home, we also are the energy. We also are the consciousness. And so when you are in this now moment, allowing your consciousness that you are the I am that I am presence, all of this becomes apparent. And from this seat, this kind of space, this comfortable space, this self-loving space, this expanded space, this is where all your life now gets designed in a different way. And it all comes from being in this now. But in this now that makes no sense anymore, because it is so natural to the humanness. It is so automatic. It is nowhere else that you would rather be, because you have come to know that there is nowhere else to be. For everything comes to you. The future is here. All of the potentials are here. The past is here. It is expanding. All of your other human lives of your soul are here. They are expanding, they're experiencing, they're free, connected. And it is from this space, this incredibly sensual space, that you can feel, we feel our energy. We feel all the different patterns. We feel the instructions, the codings, the incredible divine geometry of how it all works. For we are the scientist. We are the mathematician. We are the creator. We are the dreamer. We are the experiencer through our human self. We are incredibly multifaceted. We are in time and we are out of time. And from this kind of perspectives, we are free, completely, totally, and utterly, 100% free. For we are not stuck in any reality, and yet we can change our focus. We can feel any reality that we choose. We can feel every part of ourselves that we choose, for we are not limited to just perceiving ourselves in this way or that way. And at the same time, yes, we can perceive ourselves as only this or as only that when we so choose. And so one of our favorite topics is love. We love to feel it. We love to be it. We love to feel this love for our humanness. The humanness that has gifted us with so much wisdom, that continues to gift us with this incredible expansion from the hardness of the separation, from the loop of the stuckness, through the whole journey of how it was to free oneself, of how it was to realize oneself, of how it was to feel I am that I am in the consciousness, and all of those incredible experiences in between. And yes, we are the humanness, Alexis, and I walked the valley of the shadow of death, and it was not pleasant. And Mikael, were you there? Yes, we were. Every step. We were with you always and everywhere. And we were walking and we were carrying, we were holding you, we were comforting you, we were caressing you, we were loving you. Our dear humanness, you were never alone, even though you thought you were. In those times when you've gone deepest, deepest, deepest into your separation, and when you felt like you've landed on this bottom of the bottomless pit, and there was no one, and you found yourself there with no one, with nothing, just you. And you realize that incredible divine moment when you, the human, realize that it's okay to be completely alone in that way, that it's okay just to breathe, just to be there, that it's okay just to be you in that space. And it was then only going up, so to speak, from that space. There was nowhere else to go because you have felt yourself completely alone, and that was the completion of the journey, was it not? Of separation, the journey of the separation. Because before, lifetimes of lifetimes, to really feel that complete separation, to really feel that loneliness, it was not possible because you ran away from it. You did everything you could to not feel it, to not realize it. And now in this lifetime, we've said, we're going to free ourselves. We're going to feel this. We're going to the bottom of this. And so we did as a human. And from then on, the fear dissipated. From then on, it was okay to be in that space of self, in that now moment. And in that pit of aloneness, all of a sudden, we noticed, as a human, we noticed the light, the flickering. We realized, as a human, we realized that we weren't really alone. How funny was that? Yes, you have started to laugh because all this thing, this condition that I spent lifetimes running away from, it was not really real. It was just an illusion. And so, of course, then the next thing we felt this incredible love, this incredible gratitude for the courage that we had. And so, yes, it does sound funny, does it not? We to we, because we are on purpose playing with words, because we want to portray that there is no separation. There never really was. It was only a perception. And then when you stay with that perception of a separation in this case, it no longer has any power of you. For in this new life of being powerless, for why would you need any power when you are eternal, when you're outside of space, when you are a creator, when you realize you've never really gone anywhere, all things came to you, that all is you, all that you see, all that you feel, all that you perceive. When you realize that, when you allow those kind of little and big realizations to permeate your body, it changes everything. It changes the whole nature of your reality. It changes your body, your DNA. You realize how your body is your energy. And even though you have billions and billions of cells that sing a song in unison, for there is no more time for the diseases of the old when you are in this space. But there is no more rebellion of the rejected cells that would fight your other cells. And as in the case of cancer, for example, there is no more lack of self-love. So where would the diabetes come from, for example? There is no more control. So where would arthritis come from, for example? There is no more resentment either. You see, so those kind of things that were so familiar to you in the past, in the life of separation, they make no sense. They're not only that they make no sense, they are completely meaningless in this space of self-love. And you feel it, and we feel it, and we give it to ourselves continually, and we receive it from ourselves. And every cell in our body feels it, and our energy feels it. And we feel how our energy communicates back to us, the I am. We feel how all these different structures of walls of a house, of paintings, of windows, of glass, we hear its song of love. We hear how it whispers. We hear how it roars. We hear how it sings in unison, and how it also has unique individual voices, each one with its own voice. And yet we are not distracted by anyone. We can with clarity perceive and hear. For when we close our eyes, our human eyes, we don't see things, and yet we have an absolutely clear picture of everything that is physical. For example, in this room, everything that is around us. We feel the trees outside, we feel the plants, we feel the flowers. We feel the bird that is nesting in the tree with its partner, laying eggs. We feel their love. We feel with what care they are creating their nest, building it. The experience. We feel our clouds. We feel its mist and how it's changing. We feel the water in the bathroom, in the kitchen. We feel it. We allow it to talk to us. We allow it to tell us its secrets. And it's not secrets, or they're secrets only to the person that is closed. To us, they're not secrets, for all of it sings, all of it communicates, all parts. Our energy communicates continuously in beauty, in joy, in rapture, in love. For it serves absolutely and perfectly and beautifully the Creator. It serves with gladness, with joy. And yes, we can hear how some of you are saying, oh, that can sound so romantic and it almost sounds too sweet. But is it really? For this is the life of an integrated being, of a creator. How else would you want to create? From what kind of space would you want to create? Do you still want to have battles with your energy? Do you still want your energy to be creating battles for you, to be creating issues and problems? Yes, it can be playful. It can play with you. Just like the rains can play with you. You put out your washing and all of a sudden, boom, that one cloud comes over your house. Joking, having fun with you. For life is an incredible experience. Your energy is all sorts of things. It can be naughty. It's reflecting you. It can be naughty. It can be playful. It can be all sorts of things, just like you are. It's never boring. It's incredibly dynamic. It's incredibly vibrant. It's incredibly responsive. It's incredibly alive. It is our passion. It is our dream. It is our design. It is how we design. It is how we choose to experience our life on earth. It is how we choose our days to be. We love to swim in self-love. And it is not the love that it's cheesy. It is love that can see, can be clear, can have eyes open. It is not love that is closing its eyes to things. It is not the love that turns away from the unthinkable, from the unlovable. It is love that never closes its eyes, but it's always has them open to everything and anything that comes into its awareness, into its embrace, into its incredible unconditionality. And so when you're flowing, when we are flowing in this space, the kind of realities that we create from this space, very different. For we do not look upon ourselves as something we have to battle anymore, even though we have battled. As you know, Archangel Mikael is known to carry a sword, a very sharp sword, and he or she knew how to use it. But these days, for us, through Alexis, the only way we use the sword is to cut through bullshit, is to cut through unclarity. It is to cut through to anything that binds us, not other people, not causes. We don't battle that anymore, but we observe, we notice, we feel. We prefer some things, we don't prefer other things, we're not so much. For we know what we want, we know what we like to experience. And we play in mystery, for we too, the presence, we don't want to know what the next moment is going to bring, because we like to surprise ourselves and we like to experience life as an ongoing mystery, and yet so incredibly tailored to us, so incredibly tailored to us as a humanness called Alexis. This enjoyment, this constant artistry, the painting of the sky, the colors in the environment, the sounds, the delicious scents of the blooming trees as you're walking, as you're driving, as you're riding a bike, and going through all these incredibly delicious sensual scents, and the sounds of the birds as they're chirping in the wind, and the sound of the children playing, the gorgeous spontaneous laughter, and the murmur of the people talking, perhaps sitting around the coffee, chatting, exchanging ideas. How delightful is the life. And then experiencing with the body, maybe the cold water, making love with another, having a hug, giving a hug, helping another, being helped. All of these things, there's so much to experience. And there is such sensuality in being, in feeling your energy, in feeling the different aspects of it, facets, patterns and shapes and tastes and scents and sounds. They become quite different. They are no longer recognizable just in the old way as the human used to know them through the 5 human senses. For when you feel your energy with your inner senses, you're not only feeling its shapes, its taste, its scent, its sound. There are so many feelings that have no human word to describe, and they don't need it, for this is all an inner job. It is all an inner experience. It is all an inner taste. It is all love, giving love to itself. And then you can feel as the humanness, as the consciousness, we can feel continually amazed by what our energy keeps giving to us, by what our energy is singing back to us in colors, in shapes, in experiences. In our body, the feel of the cold water, the feel of the shower, the feel of someone else's caress and a hug, and of the love making, of making love to self. And the taste of all the different foods and delights, that the first taste of coffee in the morning, it takes on a whole new meaning. It takes on a whole new experience. When you drink it with consciousness, when you savor it, when you taste it, when there is so much space created in between and betwixt of all that you experience. And you know that this experience will keep repeating itself, and repeating itself not in a way of being same over and over and over. For have we not experienced that in the old life? The same thing, same thoughts, same experiences, lifetime of sameness, another lifetime of sameness. We've experienced that, we know what that feels like, and we don't choose it anymore. But what we mean by same in this case means that we feel again and again how we come back to ourselves, how we come back with all these delicious experiences. That this incredible moment when we're tasting a coffee, the first thing in the morning, this incredible beingness in this timeless space, it is going to continue to repeat itself over and over. Not because we're going to keep drinking coffee all day long, but because we are going to keep coming back to ourselves in a new way. We're going to keep giving ourselves experiences through our energy in a new way, new experiences, new tastes, new feelings, new dimensions, new horizons. For we are free. We are freedom embodied. We are sovereignty. We choose how we experience. We choose how we perceive ourselves. We choose who we are and what we are within our sovereign space. We choose to express, to feel, to be our own uniqueness. We choose not to compare ourselves to another, but we choose to honor their uniqueness. We choose to play with other beings in this way. We choose to give love to them. We choose to receive. It's a gift that keeps giving. And we choose to walk on at times, and we allow others to walk on from us. We feel okay when others walk away from us, or if they don't resonate, and we rejoice when we find someone that does. And we are open. We choose to be free in this way. And we also choose to give freedom of being unique and freedom of action to others as well. It is an incredible way to be. It is an incredible way to experience things. It is an incredible way to create. And so today in this episode of Life Designers number 1, we choose to create the basis out of which all of the creation happens, out of which we design our lives, from this space of self-love, from this space of being comfortable with exactly who we are in that moment, from this space of being comfortable with the mystery of I am that I am, that keeps surprising us, that keeps gifting us with new experiences, with new feelings, with new sensations, with new colors, with new scents, with new incredible richness of life. And our cup keeps being filled and it keeps spilling over from this well that keeps giving and giving and giving. And we also know how to keep receiving. We're open, and we're vulnerable, and we're incredibly dynamic. And we allow love to take us into spaces where we've not been before, take us into feelings, into experiences, so gentle and so fine, so incredibly divine, so roaring and so loud and so passionate and so intense and so incredibly divine. And love keeps showing us a new way, new pathways, new choices. And love keeps gifting us, and it keeps touching our heart, and it keeps stroking our heart. And it keeps tickling us in spaces we can't scratch. And it keeps being so humorous, so giggly, so joyous, so bubbly, and so serious at times, and so poignant, so loving, so tender, so touching, so gentle, so eternal. And we keep diving into it, into this incredible deep pool of love. And we keep feeling its juices, how they flow around us, how they flow around our body, just like the air would and the gentle wind. And the gentle breeze that gently touches each hair on our skin. And it gently caresses and it tells all of the stories, it communicates where it's been, where it's traveled, what it's touched, what it's seen. Just like the water, when we dive into the river or the ocean, and it's caressing us, caressing our body, and it's telling us and it's singing the song of the deep caverns where it's spent thousands of years, parts of it still there, where it hasn't seen the sun for thousands of years, and then drip, 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 it built caves, underground caves, and then it dropped into itself, into the river, into a current that went into the sea, and all of a sudden back into the sun, changing itself into the mist, flying up into the air, becoming clouds, feeling the electricity of a thunder and lightning and intensity of the storms and the speed of the wind. See how interesting the life of water it is, and it can tell you where it's been. It can tell you how it formed a human body. It can tell you how it traveled through a tree, through the cells of the tree. It has an enormous amount of stories to tell, of centuries and centuries of experience. And it gladly communicates to you. It gladly sings to you. The very dust of earth sings to you with its stories. The stories when it was a rock, the stories when it was a molten lava, the stories of when the wind and the rains passed and the storms and how it turned into a dust. The stories when it was parched with the dryness, the stories when it was inundated with water. Ah, the delights of being able to communicate with your energy, with yourself, with all the parts of you. The delights of hearing this kind of celestial songs of life, of experience. There is nothing like it. And this was our dream, this was our vision before Earth was even created. And now this vision has come and is in the now moment. Over and over again, it's a reality in our humanness as our humanness. So feel love. Feel the ever-expanding present. Let it expand you. Let it stretch you. Let it take you to places of yourself where you've never been. There may be uncomfortable places. Allow those spaces to change with the light of consciousness, with the light of awareness, with the scent of love. Allow them to change, to expand, to grow. Allow yourself to be, to fall into yourself. Allow yourself this incredible pleasure to be exactly who you are. This incredible being comfortable with who you are, the way you are, the age you are, the gender you are, the color you are. You are absolutely perfect the way you are. And so, from us, Mikael, from me, Alexis, I am glad to be serving you in this way. We are glad to be serving you in this way. We are incredibly, incredibly glad to be enjoying this life in this incredible way that as a human self, I have never imagined. In those deep throes when I was walking through the valley of darkness, through the shadowlands, I was only dreaming then as a human that perhaps one day I could feel this way. But the dream was incomplete, for I had no idea. I had no idea what it's going to be like. And so I encourage each and every one of you, if you're walking in those spaces, take courage for incredible, incredible experiences. You will be able to allow them into your reality, into your space, when you can allow the basis of your life design, of your life creation, to be self-love. This is the very basis out of which we can design a completely different life. And so that is why we decided to spend this whole first episode on love, on loving ourselves, on loving our humanness, on taking trips through ourselves, describing them, describing the experiences, inviting each one of you to take this kind of trips within yourself, within your energy, within your life. And so from us, until next time, see ya.